Hello, this is Scott Moore of the Baden-Powell Service Association, and I'm going to take this opportunity to review square lashings. Um, Square lashings are for connecting two poles or two spars to each other at a right angle. So if you're doing some sort of pioneering and building a structure of some sort, you need to connect two poles perpendicular to one another. Square lashing is probably what you want to use. To start off, we're going to put a clove hitch around one of our spars. This is going to be if I'm crossing two poles, I want this to be below where my horizontal spar is going to be. So I'm going to end up connecting them like this. So my starting clove hitch is going to be below my horizontal spar. Once I held my two spars together, and for demonstrating lashing, it's good to have 3 or 4 hands. If you have 2, it's a little bit difficult. What I'm going to do is take my rope, I'm going to wrap it around the outside of my outer spar and behind my back spar. And I just keep that motion up. So again, outside the front, over it, around the back, and then over the horizontal. Trying to keep these as tight as possible each time. So you can see, as I'm building this, my vertical spar ends up having, my horizontal spar has vertical wraps to it. And if I turn this around to show you the back, my vertical spar has horizontal wraps to it. And I just keep on wrapping these around. Probably 4 or 5 times is good, depending on the diameter of your rope as well and how thick it's going to be. The more wraps you have, the stronger it's going to be. Cinch it down each time. And once you've got 4 good wraps or so in there, like that. So there's one side, here's my other side. There we go. Once you've got the wraps in there, next thing you want to do is start making fraps. So a frap is when you wrap a rope around rope. So here we've been wrapping the rope around the spars. We're actually going to wrap the fraps around the rope in the middle. So from here, I'm going to take my rope. I get the angle on the video right. I'm going to draw it right between the 2 spars and cinch that down pretty tight. And the same thing up from the bottom, and again around the rope in the middle. Now when I do that, I'm actually tying together the 2 spars. So if again look at it from the front or the back, now both sides have horizontal and vertical wraps, or actually wraps and fraps. And that cinching down of the fraps in the middle is what kind of holds these firm. So there's still a little bit of play in them, but if you're going to be constructing something with cross beams for pioneering, this is the kind of standard lashing to use. To finish this off, finish it off with a clove hitch again, or I suppose you could do 2 half hitches as well if you wanted to, around whatever spar is convenient. I usually try to go opposite where I started. In this case I'm not going to bother because this is connected to a long piece of rope, so rather than just watch me pull rope through for a minute, I'm just going to wrap it around here and say this is what it will look like when it's done if you ignore the working end hanging in my hand here. And that is a square lashing.